Good morning and welcome to the 9 o'clock hour right here on Rapid Dawn on Rapid TV. My name is Martha Alu. And of course, for the 9 o'clock hour, you know how we do it over here. It's basically have conversations that have little to nothing to do with us. But when we have social issues that we need to talk about, we definitely will jump on it. First, so we can share our thoughts and our opinions as regards the matter. And secondly, to help a sister who is in some sort of dilemma. Today's story is both interesting. Let me tell you, I went through all sort of emotions while reading this story. I was happy, I was sad, I was confused, and then I was like, why is your life so complicated at the end of the day? But yeah, we will be sharing that story. I'm never alone in the studio. Of course, we've got all three of us here. Uncle, my girl, Ove Mari, is here today. And I have Nenwarandon Yumazaka. Good morning, girls.
Good morning.
How
We're here
doing?
again. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm excited as always. So
We're here again to talk about things that have
that doesn't
nothing to
concern
do with
us, but there's always a lesson to learn
Absolutely.
from it. So
There's always a lesson to learn from it. All right, like we said, today's story is the bomb of the bomb. And we have slides that we'll be reading through as quick as possible to let you know what it is about. Marriage, I hear many times, is very dynamic, but there are certain things that when it happens during marriage, you'd get a bit confused about, and you would wonder how you guys found yourself in such a situation. Why are you in the present and thinking about the past? Now, let's take that slide and let's get the stories on. When I first noticed his behavior around his married ex, I confronted him about it, and he said they were just friends. He said, I don't expect them to be enemies just because they didn't work out. And I said, okay. They were talking and texting even at night when I was sleeping. Sometimes I'll see messages like, I miss you so much. It's a pity we didn't work out. But the message that broke me was when I read about their outing. Wow, they've taken their relationship to the outing stage. I didn't also confront my husband. I just wanted to get what I wanted before taking action. He doesn't even know that I am checking his phone because I've stopped confronting him a long time ago. Now, one day he didn't come back home. He said he was going for traveling work. I said, no problem. When he returned, what does that mean? Going for traveling work? Well, I said, no problem. When he returned, he had changed his password and everything. As the FBI, I cloned his... Okay, I guess we'll go out on a very quick break and we'll get back and keep up with the conversation. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Sorry for that breaking transmission. We had to get a few things in order and then we keep up with the story. Let's get on to the gossip. Now, he said one day he came back home. He said he was going for a walk that required him to travel, I guess. And I said, no problem. Now, when he returned, he had changed his password and everything. And I said, FBI, I cloned his WhatsApp and was able to read his chat. That was when I got what I wanted. He had cheated on me with his ex. It broke me, but I didn't want to act broken. I took enough screenshots as I can take. I searched on the woman's name on Facebook and saw a post where she tagged her husband. I got her husband's Facebook, sent new friend requests, and we started talking. He asked who I was, and I told him I had something to show him. I sent him screenshots as he said we should meet up. We met up one evening and he said he can't believe this is happening. He knew my husband very well and said he had visited them 3 times. He also knew my husband has once dated his wife, but they were now acting like siblings. Next, now he almost cried because he said he can swear in his life he has never cheated on his wife. I can attest to that because when I messaged him, he was reluctant to reply. At first, angrily, he left and went back home. The next day, the woman came to our house to cry before my husband that I have scattered her home. Her husband threw her things outside. That was not the first time she was coming to our home. At first, I had really trusted her around my husband until this happened. Now, as soon as my husband knew what happened, he charged at me, the audacity, you guys. And the first thing I did was slap the hell out of his mouth. He was just dumbfounded because he had never seen me this angry. The woman tried to fight me and I used the opportunity to unleash all the anger I've been holding in for years. The kind of beating I gave her that day would make her regret coming to our house to make trouble. My husband could not hold even hold me because he was afraid of me at the moment. After dealing with the woman, I turned to face him and asked him to tell me what I did wrong all these years of our marriage. I asked him if I had not been respectful, if I had not been giving him good food, if I had ever denied him my body. He could not respond, and he knelt down to beg for my forgiveness. He said it was the devil's handwork, of course. I said, no problem. Let the devil that pushed you two together reunite you in marriage. The woman was just shining her eyes and looking at us. I went inside to carry my bag. My happiness is that I don't even have a child for him yet, because our marriage is just 2 years and we've been trying, but a baby didn't come. It's quite a long story. Let's go. All of that. Now, from that day, he has always been calling. She packed her things out, the top of the story, packed her things out of the house, went to stay with a friend because she didn't know what she wanted to do yet. She was just trying to process the story. Now, from that day which she moved, her husband had always been calling to check up on her. So she took pictures with him. Now, the story says that she and the man who his wife had cheated on with her husband, they started talking frequently. And when they started talking frequently, after they started talking frequently, right, they went out on a date and they took pictures, and of course she posted it. When she posted the picture, both the husband and the wife, the two culprits, started reaching out to her. The wife, on the other hand, was begging her to leave her husband and the husband was begging her to come back home. For a moment, I was excited about what had happened because the table turned as drastically as possible. He thought it was a woman he would beat and get away with, but I like the fact where she emphasized she slapped the hell out of his mouth. Now, after that, they started talking. Long and short of the story, they fell in love with each other. Now the man is proposing they have a long-term relationship. That's the man that his wife cheated with her husband. Now, the woman has been saying, you know what? The man has been saying, let's forward this relationship. She said, in her mind, she was thinking to herself, why did this woman leave her husband to follow my husband? Because her husband is 3 times richer than my husband. He gives me all that I want. He's the kind of romantic man that anybody would want. So why did the lady leave her husband? You know, it's just been begging all through. And according to her, she has fallen in love with the man. She doesn't know what to do. Her husband is begging her to come back. His wife is begging her to leave her husband. And she, on the other hand, she's in love with the man. This is the triangle we will dissect today on the Girls Hangout right here on Rapid TV. Now, over to the girls. Let's hear what you guys have to say about this.
First of all, I don't think this is a triangle. This is more complicated than a triangle.
well,
I don't know what shape this is, but
maybe an octagon.
I think so, yeah. Something close to that. Because this is, gosh. I think the parts where they had, that's the two culprits, let me call them culprits, had the guts. I mean, when the wife came back to come and say, you ruined my
like,
Are you serious?
So she's the only one who has a marriage. The other lady
And then you, the husband that have been doing things underneath, and then this came out, and then you're now blaming your wife.
He's a man.
I think they take something, because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it just doesn't make. I actually like, I don't know, but I like how it turned out, right? I like how, you know, it was like a swap. Oh, okay, you're not okay with your husband, right?
Give
That's
me
why
your
you
own.
cheated. Give me your own. Take exactly. And then now you're not doing. No, I don't want this one again. Give it back. No, please stay there. I honestly love how the woman handled it. I love how, you know, she didn't really do much drama, except when the drama came to her, because I mean she was on her own. She knew all this while, but she was quiet until when she came and you're telling me I scattered your marriage, you know, and then that was when, and she quietly moved. So I love how she handled it, you know, and all of that. But as to if she should go ahead with the other man, because I feel like coming out of one drama or one complicated situation and getting yourself into another isn't something I would particularly advise anyone. So in as much as it looks like, yes, it's good, karma, she did. But I feel in such a situation, you just still need to sit and ask yourself, do I really want to get myself entangled? Because whether you like it or not, that man will forever be the husband of the lady that slept with your that is a whole lot of in fact, situationship is too little to compare. So that's just what I think. I don't know if I would advise her to still go ahead long term with that man. If I'm to advise, probably she just go and start afresh, new slate, new yes, and just go away from all of this.
What do you think?
It was Martha's face listening to
I was curious. I want to know what do you think?
Okay, so first off, this lady is such a good storyteller.
Actually, the detailing and you
Yes,
could go
and when
through.
you spoke about how your emotions were like, it was the
I'm
same
like,
thing that happened to me. I was like, oh wow, okay, really?
what is this? What's going on?
Okay, so you were wondering why the man and that wife would even, I mean, that woman would actually come to the house and tell her that she ruined her marriage, and the husband is trying to, it's just the height of disrespect.
I tell you.
I always say this, people marry people they don't like, and I have no idea why. That is, now that's another thing that I don't know why. Why should you marry somebody you do not like?
I think it's just
But
temporary.
you do not like, and you still don't want to allow the person leave.
It's just like you
Because
have.
now you're still begging her to come back.
It's just like you have a lady. The lady is pretty. You like pretty ladies, right? But there's this lady. She's not all that pretty, but she cooks, she cleans, she's
she
homely,
has the
she's
money.
that and that. So you marry that one because of the economic importance to you. This one now will be side chick. That's how it always happens.
Nice.
Honestly speaking,
It's not like I'm sidelining or something, but I noticed that men, most times when you hear of situations like that, it is the men who do that. You just go there, you pick a wife, and then you marry. Let me tell you a story. Recently, a friend of mine was heartbroken because a guy who asked her
When you
out,
see it like that.
a guy who asked her out, and she said she was not ready because there were rumors in her office about this and that. Two people, somebody beating somebody else for her or something like that. So she was trying to get out of that first, and then she was like, please, I'm just going to think about this and let you know. And she called me last week and was talking about how she called the guy and asked if he was available, and then next thing this guy told her that, oh, he's getting married.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh wow.
Okay.
And I'm like, girl, you haven't really been calling me. You haven't been telling me what's happening with you. So tell me about this. She's like, I actually mentioned him one time. But the thing is, this guy is somebody who we talk to every day and everything. And I didn't expect to actually hear him say he was going to get married, because I thought that we were getting to know each other. And she told me that he actually said that when he asked her out, he had asked two of them out. And I asked her, girl, are you looking for a title or for love? She said she's looking for love. I said, girl, you don't have to cry. Okay, it's fine. You can cry it out, but then let it be okay by then.
Away.
I said, why
Like
would he
two
tell you
others
he
and you were
asked
still
at the same
expecting-
time? I said, that man is trying to pick a wife.
Audition.
Yes.
As
And this is what people do. They go pick a wife, like all this. I just came back from UK. I just came back from I've met
Like
a
you're
girl,
going
or
for
my mother
shopping.
has chosen a girl for me.
That's why that thing will never work for me.
Do you get?
Because on what basis what's your choice? What do you even know that I am, that they chose me for you? You should be scared.
you're a responsible girl.
No.
You know how to clean and
See,
cook
you will
and-
meet responsible. Like there's so many stories we would want to share here that, I have heard a lot of hilarious stories this week, and I've been so amazed. I was on my own last night when a story landed on my table. Let's not expand. I just want to know what you think about this girl and what she should do, how they should go about it. What is your take?
Well, the truth is that, my God. You see, this particular story, I don't have a problem with she getting together with that man.
Okay.
Because maybe I'm saying this out of sentiment.
Okay.
I went through the comment section and I heard people say, oh, your husband led you to your soulmate.
I'm not telling you.
Yes, your husband led you to your soulmate. And these things happen. They could get married and then there are two people who will not cheat. And if cheating is a big deal for them, let them be together.
Yeah.
But from the way she wrote this story, it looks like they have kids.
No. She said they don't have kids.
she and her husband don't have, but I think the other
lady.
family have kids.
No.
So
They don't.
They don't.
Maybe that tiny bit was
because
left
I
out.
feel like that whole thing would actually
No.
just make it even more complicated.
Okay, they don't, because she said the lady has been having miscarriages.
Oh yeah. They don't have
Oh,
kids. They don't
okay,
have kids.
okay,
That's true.
okay,
They both
okay.
don't have
Have
kids
kids.
because the lady has been having miscarriages. So it's just a
Okay.
perfect scenario.
Like,
I like the
okay.
idea. Your husband leading you to your soulmate.
Yes,
He's
please.
not in there with that. He decided he wanted to be a scumbag.
He can stay with another scumbag, right?
You people say that you love each other so much you cannot go. Stay together. Fate has reunited you. You don't love each other again. They say the meat that you steal from the pot is always sweeter than the one
that the one that is rightfully yours.
That's what is happening to them now. Okay, how come all of a sudden when you're about to lose the man, that's when you I have no mercy for this type of women. No mercy for this type of men and this type of women. Somebody is in your house, the person is giving you everything that you want, possibly in a wife. You go and take that person for granted. For me, much more than cheating is just disrespect. It is taking your partner for granted. It's breaking the trust and the loyalty of your partner. Because if I have decided, I have made a commitment to you to say, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. It's not like you're a perfect person. I'm not a perfect person also. We just have understood the fact that we are all working on each other. So we would work on each other till the very last. Honest, modest, simple and short, decent. Then when you go ahead and do something opposite from what in my opinion, those vows at the altar, maybe they should come with some of those, like yesterday we were doing on a news story where they say there's a chessboard that when you play the wrong move, it will shock you. There should be something they implant in you guys. When you go and misbehave, they shock you, electrocute you, to reset you back, reset you rather.
So I want to chip in something. I'm sure you guys have come across such videos because I'm trying to understand something at the beginning of this tweet. So I'm sure you've seen a video where the guy drives his fiance, wife to be, to go give her final goodbye to her ex.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And then she's crying and she's shedding tears, and he's seated in the car and he's waiting and he's giving understanding husband to be in the car kind of situation. Now, why am I bringing that? If you notice at the beginning, she knew about the lady, she knew about the ex, she knew about she knew about both of them, but she felt they were just friends. So, but she didn't know that what was going on was far deeper than being friends. Now, is it okay to be okay with your husband being friends with his ex?
Well,
because I feel like there's another angle to this.
I'm going to talk about that.
And don't forget, we also had experiences of ladies, maybe a day before their wedding, going to say goodbye to their ex, and then something happens, and then the marriage scatters. What's with this whole thing at the ex? But yeah, so
you see, when it comes to people being friends with their exes, you see this lady, she acted like I would.
Okay.
I give you benefits of doubt.
I'm not the old jealous person that is like, I might notice something and try to investigate it, but I won't check on your phone like that. I have better things to do. I could watch K-drama or something.
Is that a better thing?
Instead, because I'm to compare, yes, I'll rather choose K-drama than checking my man's phone, right? And but then if I get a hold of evidence,
wait, you'll never check.
Which is another conversation, though, because
if I have a reason, I will check. If I see things, I will check. And when I check and I see things,
you won't say anything.
I will talk about it.
Okay.
You will explain yourself. But then, with evidence, I would have to get evidence, because you see, most times when you get people doing things, it's just the way we humans are. They'll tell you you're delusional when you don't have evidence. So I'll get the evidence and then confront you and probably try to fix it, like the last show we had together, and you spoke about trying to fix things. And if it does not stop. And by the way, if it's your best friend we're talking about, please, once I figure out you're doing this, you're not having any lady around you again. Break my trust once and that's it. Yes. So I would probably do what she has done, right? So it's not a problem.
So you're saying you're okay. You're going to be okay if your husband or boyfriend is friends with his ex.
Yes. You can't, because you don't.
I think I'm at the other end of the coin.
You wouldn't.
Because I personally would not want. So I don't believe in having a bitter relationship with my ex. Oh, things didn't work out between us. Yes, things didn't work out. It's fine. Peace. We're good. But not we're good to the level of now being like close friends and all of that. I personally love to give my space. We're good. We meet. We could help each other. But saying like we are coming back to being
so close
from friends level, I don't entertain that. And I do that for the sake of the person I'm with as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's not that he doesn't trust me.
Makes sense.
When you put it like that, for the sake of the person that you're with, I think it makes sense, because that's now respecting the feelings of your partner.
So which should be vice versa, right?
But I don't think personally, I don't think I would have a problem with the person being friends with their ex, and I'll tell you why. There are people that I necessarily never had a relationship with, even though I know or I knew that that's what they wanted. But we ended up becoming like real friends, like guy, you know, one of them. And you see, it's not ex, you know, it's not ex, but
at least nothing.
Once an admirer, always an admirer. I promise you that. Once an admirer, always an admirer. So I just believe that sometimes you don't have control over these things, right? And you guys might not work out as a great couple and everything, but you can work as great friends. I have friends like that it turned to business. It turned to other things other than love and relationship and what have you. Because if you like a person and you are like, this person doesn't like me back, maybe the relationship is not working. What can we do together that will work? Business could work. Other things could work. So I'm not an advocate of just throwing. I'm an advocate for repurposing friendships. So it's not about throwing them in the bin. It's about okay, this person is not serving in my life in this capacity. We cannot serve each other in this capacity. In what other capacity can we serve each other? So if it is as business partners, that works. If it is as friends, that works. But let's
not forget that when we say friends, we have different. I think we've spoken about
exactly.
It. Good. So we have, you know, your close pals. Then you have friends at arm's length. When I mean arm's length, like you guys are okay, but not like constantly speaking to each other and all of that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay, you can't have your ex in your pals, because when we look at things, you see what I'm saying? So you're now like having that really close. That's what I'm saying. But in a situation of maybe work or just like friends, you're cool, you need each other's help, I don't have a problem with that. But you see having like really close, like that person is that go-to person I don't even think it's trust issues for me. I'm just not comfortable with it.
Hold on. It's trust issues. I agree with Nen. It's not trust issues. It's just boundaries.
And it's common sense.
Yes, because anything can happen.
Thank you.
It doesn't have to happen with if you leave that, there's also work bestie. What are you going to do? So you will keep removing him from spaces that have those kind of people in it.
You should. For me to even date you and get married to you means your sense is complete. So you know boundaries to put in.
You buy your gadgets. When you buy your phone, is it not working?
I cannot be putting boundaries on my own end to make sure
when you buy your phone is working well. Later, in a couple of years, glitches start to happen. And that's how I'm telling you. That's how we cannot deny the fact that these glitches exist. You can buy another phone. Okay, buy another phone.
You can swap.
You see. The truth, I see what you did there. Oh, like they did. The truth is, the issue is not the friendship. The issue is the indiscipline of the people in the friendship.
Yes. The issue is boundaries as well.
It's not a matter of boundaries. See, they could have been family friends. I've seen it happen many times. They were visiting each other's homes. You remember the man said he comes to my house. You know, and I've seen this thing happen real life to somebody. This is not even a joke. It has happened real life to someone. So they could have been family friends. It could have transited into anything else. It is because of the indiscipline of both parties. You don't respect your partner and you don't respect your other friend, because what kind of closeness would happen to both of you as married people to get attracted to each other again and now start having intimate relationships with each other? You don't respect your partner, and you take your partner's ability to understand for granted. Because I'm understanding, okay, I have understood that your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend now, you guys have moved on and you are now friends. Because I understood with you, you are taking my understanding for granted. By taking it a step further, spending late nights with them, chatting them, I miss you where? So it's not about the friendship, because the truth is that there are friendships like this that have scaled. It is about the people that are in the friendship.
Yes.
They are irresponsible, you know. And how is it that you are even having that kind of thing to do with somebody's wife and somebody's husband, and you people are still visiting each other?
See,
Like,
I've said it. They
don't make
they
no
need
sense.
to test the both of them because everything is not all right. No, seriously.
No. In my opinion, the lady should go ahead, whatever makes her happy at this point, because it's not, society has a way of restricting us so much and telling us what to do and how to do what we want to do. This now, the only issue I'm going to have with her is divorce properly. Infidelity is one of the quickest ways to get a divorce. If in church and in the court, infidelity is the quickest way. There are other things that they will ask you, okay, can't we resolve this amicably out of court and all of that? And if they try, it doesn't work, then they give you guys a divorce, which will take a longer process. But once it is infidelity, deceit, automatically the church and the court, I don't really know about Islam, but the court and the church will expressly give you a divorce on grounds of fidelity as long as you have proof. They'll still try to advise you, okay, do you think you can work on it? But the lady has already stated from this onset that cheating is a non-negotiable for you. And that's why it's important as a woman to know exactly what you want. Because now you will not be compelled to taking what is giving you because you know what you want. For her, she's already stated it clearly in the relationship. Cheating is a non-negotiable for me. The day it happens, I pack my bag and leave. And now she has packed her bag and she has left. Wherever she finds love, I don't get to have a control over that. As long as she's not breaking any rule and she's not hurting anybody. Well, in this case, if she hurts them, that's fine. But
it's just payback.
It's just payback.
So it's the consequences for their actions. So.
Exactly. So I don't have a problem with her getting married to the husband of that woman. She had it and she lost it. And the man also said he will never have her back because he has never cheated on her before. So apparently they have certain values that align. But you see, my concern about this is people bond over trauma. They need to make sure that they are not bonding over, they are not trauma bonding.
That is perfect.
That's my only issue with this relationship.
Yes.
Both of us have been traumatized from our marriages. We come together because we have a common ground to continue to pass on that trauma. That's the only issue I have with it.
Yes.
Trauma bonding.
Yes.
Besides that.
Which is also why I said, for me, I still feel she should just start her life on a new slate and all of that and not get, because like you said, I've also had experiences of, two people, oh, I'm heartbroken, they came together and it just was a disaster. They comforted each other for a while, but it eventually became a disaster and everyone went their separate ways. So I would, for someone that have gone through such kind of, it's just imagine her going through something similar again. Okay, not similar in the sense of him cheating on her, but similar in the sense of it still not working out again. Come on. So, but again, because I want to now take us to another angle of it. There's something.
Before we go to that angle, because whenever we go to angles, we almost do not return easily. Let's go out on a very quick break.
Yes, please.
After that break, we'll head over with Nen to the angle where she wants to get to. Please stay with us.
This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people, power stories, and amplify voices. On Rapid TV, we're rooted in culture and your window to the stories that matter. From news to lifestyle, we inform, entertain, and uplift. Join Rapid TV on Star Times Channel 176, Nightcom Sat. On Rapid FM, we speak your language from the soulful airwaves of Umuahia to the vibrant culture of Port Harcourt and beyond. More than broadcasters, we're creators, amplifying that voice within with powerful content across TV, radio, and digital. Join us at rbnradiotv.com and all our social media handles. One network, one voice. Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN, the sound of your city. Rooted in truth, driven by impact.
Are you missing out on interviews, music, entertainment, thought-provoking discussions, and more? Don't sweat it, man. We've got you covered. No matter where you are, be part of the action 24/7, online and live.
Caesar Radio.
On Facebook, it's Rapid FM Umuahia. On Instagram, it's official Rapid FM. And on X, it is Rapid FM 965. Tune in to Rapid 96.5 FM or listen to us live on our website at www.rapidfm965.com or radiogarden.com. Better yet, get our mobile app from the Google Play Store. Catch the pulse of the Southeast on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city.
Hey, Oyanam, all Caesar Radio.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It's still Rapid on right here on Rapid TV, and we have been having conversations centered around the girls. Today we are spotlighting a story. It's such a long story. Spotlighting the story of quite a complicated triangle. You know, a married man, married woman, all leaving their separate spouses and reuniting. Now the equation only got balanced when the two people that were cheated on decided to reunite. And now it's such a problem because everybody wants their husband and their wife back. You see how complicated you guys can be sometimes. But let's go over with Nen to the angle where she wanted to take us before. Let's hear you.
Okay, so if you remember, there was a part where she spoke about, when she was talking about the husband of the other lady, and she spoke about how he was 3 times better than her husband when it comes to finances, I guess, affection and all of that. Which now brings me to ask, what do women really want? Because now you are looking at, okay, this woman had all of this and she still left him to go be with this other. What do women really want? That's just a question.
Is it women?
It's not women.
It's that woman.
Okay, oh yeah, sorry.
It's actually people.
No, but the thing is, this is not the first. Because you tend to see, I've seen situations of a lady being with a man that you look at him and you can't say anything wrong. Like, if the excuse they will give you and tell you, oh, this is this, you yourself, you know that this is not even a big.
I think what she said from the start answers the question. People marry people that they don't love or they don't really like.
Or are not attracted to.
Yes. Because I heard someone say something online, I think it was sometime this week, and the guy said, if you see your spec, leave your spec because you and your spec will never work. and I'm like, what do you even mean by that? Your spec in what sense? Your spec is your preference. Your spec is your choice. What do you mean by you and your choice will never work? And these are the things that ladies listen to. If I tell you the number of times that I will go on my phone, on maybe TikTok or some of the social media apps, and you see somebody selling a course on how to make him want you. The fact that I have to make him want me means that he doesn't even want me at all. So why do I need to do something extra to make him want me? The fact that I have to read and internalize it's not worth it. The truth is, there's always ease around the person who genuinely cares about you. Be careful so you don't get love bombed, because women interpret love bombing as love and everything. Someone just comes into your space. 1 week later, the person has promised you marriage. 1 week. Be careful. Slow it down. See, I believe that time exposes everything. Exposes the content of everything. So when somebody starts doing all that love bombing, I'm just sitting somewhere, I'm looking at you. I say, don't worry, bro, you're going to get tired. I give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And they eventually
after 2 weeks, we'll know what substance you have. And in less than 2 weeks, you realize that was just a show. That was a facade. For some people, of course, you know how consistent they are. And then you'd be, okay, there's something consistent about this guy. Maybe we can get talking. You know. But again, as women, sometimes we confuse each other. I get confused about what we want, because this minute we're like, but I don't believe that your spec you will never work with your spec. Except maybe your definition of spec is different. But what I believe your spec is people that you align with. You have values, the same values. You have the same goals. You guys sync in so many ways. So when I'm saying I don't want to cheat, my spec also is saying that my spec is someone who does not cheat. My spec is someone who is loyal. My spec is someone who is coherent. So that's my spec. So you now tell me to go and meet somebody else that is opposite of this. That's what will work. That's such a flawed way to think.
Well, you are thinking like a deep person, like somebody who thinks deep. When they talk about spec on the streets of social media, they're talking about body. Just in case, I think I'm the youngest here. Just in case you don't know, let me tell you now.
Hello, youngest. Why are you trying to make it look like we're old? I've had enough of it. Well, I know, but I was hoping that it was something like that. But yeah, educate me, lady.
Well, yes, because these days people are all about what you look like. In as much as you need to think about what the person looks like you said, attraction, physical attraction, and the likes of it. You have to be attracted to your partner. And if they're talking about, if you see your spec, don't go for your spec. They're talking about, if you see that girl whose body is banging, and you think she's your spec, you cannot get her. I'm sure it's a man who said that.
Yeah, it was a man. It was a man.
So he likes the good thing, but probably doesn't have the money
insecure.
to maintain the good things. So you will never work because she's just gonna come. Oh, what do you have there? What do you have? Oh, you have nothing. Bye.
It's not gonna work for
It's
me.
not gonna work. So that's what he's talking about
when he says spec.
when he said spec.
Then I think in general, you guys need to restructure what you mean by spec.
People need to be educated. People need to go deeper. Do you know there are people who just live like every day, one day after? I know it's advised to do that, but there are certain things that you need to take seriously, for crying out loud.
Like if the person you spend the rest of your life with.
Thank you. And you know, there are people who tell you, well, I'm not the first to get divorced and I'm not going to be the last. Like, why do you have that mentality?
That is going to happen.
Yes.
So you have a backup plan. That's why you make a careless choice.
And funny enough, most people do that. I've heard people. In fact, the time I was on it was like a group call or something, and then the lady was like, as I'm like this, if my husband just cheats on me, if my husband just does this, I have told him, I will just leave. Now, I don't have a problem with, of course, if you cheat and it's a deal breaker for you, leave. But why would you, he hasn't done it yet, and you're already thinking of if he does, you're already placing. So if something now happens, maybe he gets stuck in traffic and his phone is switched off, and you're calling him, you begin to think, he's already, so you get it. So, and for some women, they feel like they are protecting themselves, thinking that way.
Yes, you're going crazy.
You are just ruining things for yourself. And exactly, you're going crazy because you will end up now overthinking things you shouldn't be thinking of, and maybe suspecting what you shouldn't. Because let's not also forget that we've also had women who would keep suspecting and accusing their husbands and find out that at the end of the day there was actually nothing. They were faithful all along. So, I mean, we just need to do more.
You just need to do better, I would say.
And do better.
The truth is, you made mention of the fact that when you start to suspect these things, another thing is, much more than people marrying who they don't love, they also marry people they cannot trust. And judging by the definition of spec, which you have said now, you went and chose a spec of somebody that has figure eight. It's how you automatically think that you are the only one that sees that figure eight. That is my issue. That's my issue. Because that same thing that you see, that brought you there, other people see it. So when you cannot trust the person because, this person is carrying like this. If they are walking on the road, everybody will be looking at them. Am I going to be walking behind them every day? You see, so you marry people that you cannot trust. This girl is so beautiful, but I trust her. I think that I can trust her. Regardless of how beautiful she is, she's not someone that's going to do this or that or that or that or that. So people just get involved with people that they don't trust. And let me tell you something. The moment you start to break your boundaries because of somebody, that same person will abuse you or insult you for those boundaries that you have broken. So maybe this girl is not something that you wanted. Then you get married and you start seeing somebody else, and then they'll say, I never really wanted you. This is who I wanted. You compromise on your own. You also never really wanted him. You just said, okay, let me just go ahead. He's not a bad person after all. And then you went and lowered your standard, and then you get in there. When you get there, the person will not tell you that you also lowered. There's nothing as painful as that. Let me tell you. The person will not tell you that they also lowered their standard to be with you. That's so upsetting. So the truth is, you need to be very definitive about what you want in relationships and what you want in your partner. That helps you make your decision rightly. And in the case of this woman, I cannot start to blame her now, because just like you said, she saw the red flags. You are already too into your ex-girlfriend. Why do you need her? If she was so good, why did you not get married to her? If she's so good a person, why did you not get married to her? Now you put me in the picture, and you see what I hate the most? Triangles. When I noticed that it has started forming, before the last one would join, I've gone out.
So that you keep it as two
before
straight
the
lines.
last triangle joins, I am out. I leave you two straight lines. You figure out what you want to do with your life. You're not going to find me there. So when it's early, when you can sort it out, you do it. Don't get into a lifetime commitment and start finding how to solve a problem that you could have solved while it was starting.
Truly.
Those are my thoughts. What are your final thoughts? This one, you guys are quiet.
This matter, it impacts everybody. So, but
well, my final thoughts on this is that whatever it is, it still brings us back to communication. You see, this is going to soon be our anthem. Probably before we start the show, we'll start and recite it so that people will learn. A lot, especially this generation, it's terror. A lot of people do not have orientation about family, about love, about considerations and all of those things.
Let's get into it.
And if you need to do this, trust me, whether with your parents, with your siblings, with your partner, with your friends, you need to talk. I don't know why people think it is okay to pretend before you marry. Oh, I can't do this because he's going to think I'm not wife material. What?
I say it from the very first. I say it from the very beginning.
You get? So you need to learn. You need to learn about each other. You need to learn the values you hold and everything. It's not all about the body, the aesthetics, you know. Or he has money, or she has the banging body, or she looks pretty. What about inside? People are so scared to talk about their demons. People are so scared to express themselves to the people that they are saying that they are going to end up with. The moment you figure you cannot do that, I'm sorry.
You cannot be open enough to have conversations with
you're
the
not ready
person.
to marry.
Yeah. I also think the same.
You're not ready to be with somebody.
Because there's a lot of see finish there. There are some things normally I would say, or someone would say to my sister, and she'll be like, I don't like it. And then she's married. They're joking about it, the both of them. I'm like, you guys have seen each other finish. That's what's happening over here. And so if you marry someone that you're not that free with, that you cannot be your utmost self, your most authentic self with, I don't think that's, you know, that's it. Because there are people, I know that there are relationships where one person starts getting attracted to another person, and then they are open with their partner to say, look, I'm getting attracted to this person. What are we going to do about it? I need help. I know there are people that are open in their relationships like that. But, you know, the African traditions, that's an abomination. You are telling your wife that you are in love with somebody else. Then I just pack a bag and go. But sometimes communication, like you said, is the start and the finish of most of these things. Your priorities. This your girlfriend that you say is your bestie, she's still going to be here with us when we get married, when we go to another city, or you can change. I know people who when they get married, they go to an entirely different city or a town or different from the location where they've been, just because they want to start afresh. But you are carrying the baggage of your past into your present. Doesn't make no sense.
And sorry, you know, I forgot to say this. I'm not married, but you need to prepare for these things. And one thing I know is that you have to make conscious effort to stay with your partner. There are we have parents.
Stay with your partner in what sense?
Like to love your partner every day.
Okay.
You need to wake up every day.
She thought you meant live with your partner.
I just wanted to clear for our viewers as well.
So you need to make conscious effort to wake up every morning and say, I married this person because I chose this person. I love this person and I want to be with this person. I know this person has offended me here and here, but it still doesn't mean. I know this person has come short here and here, but we're all humans. I have also come short. You also mention the places where you have gone short. And then tell yourself, as I have, she has. I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about before, you know, before cheating happened. Cheating is actually the end product. Yeah. There are things that happen before the cheating. So when the cheating happens, that's the end product. So you have to prevent cheating by, you know, shifting away from it. Being conscious about it. And that is what people don't do. You just wake up in the morning, you brush your mouth, you're going to work, you don't even think about your partner, you don't think about, oh, I love this person, you don't. This is for you.
But I feel like this is like a new information to me. I mean, I'm learning.
Oh yeah,
like waking up every day and you're thinking about your partner.
I know that people do
I get the part of choosing your partner every day, but like the part of thinking about
somebody will choose for you. Maybe they just choose for somebody now. They don't choose somebody's partner for another person. But yeah, I think this is our time is fast spent. We might go on and on about this conversation, especially because it's very relatable to the society we find ourselves now. But of course, we will come back next week, and when we come back again, it's another person's story. The truth is, once you publish it, we are going to talk about it. You put it in our faces, and so we've got to give our 2 cents about it. I love the fact that you have found love elsewhere, and if that works out for you, go for it, as long as you are not trauma bonding. The girls also say that it's a bit complicated, but you do you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Our prayers are with you. Okay, all right, this is where we wrap it up. Remember, we are active across social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, that is now X, and on TikTok it is at Rapid TV. On our YouTube page it is at official Rapid TV. You can watch, go give your friends and let us know, and let them tell us what they think about this. And on our website www.rbnradiotv.com you can connect with us from anywhere in the world. My name is Martha Alu, and I will see you tomorrow.